So a thought just crossed my mind and it prompted me to make this video, and that thought is, why are there so many different colors for lightning slash electricity in shows, video games, fiction, basically in every media? Like we've got yellow, blue, white, purple, even black? Isn't that a bit concerning? No. So yeah, anyways, I just wanted to dig into this and try to find out why these colors were picked in the first place. I think, blue and white can be kind of explained since that is the color of lightning. Well, actually, you're wrong. Lightning has more colors than you think. 9 to be exact. We got white, blue, purple, yellow, orange, red, pink, green? Yeah, so I guess we can kind of explain how fiction came up with all these different colors for electric moves and electric powers. They just chose the one that they liked? No, you are wrong again. Because from what I could find, the first time electric powers or just straight up electricity was used back in 1937 in the movie Frankenstein. And try to guess what colors they used for electricity. Red and orange for some reason. Moving a bit forward, in 1956, the movie The Forbidden Planet, we see a lot of colors that are being used to showcase electric powers or electricity. And hey, there's blue. But where the fuck did yellow come from? Well, there are two answers for this, and one of them is just straight up hilarious. Okay, so let's start off with the most convincing one, for me at least, which is because of light bulbs, lamps, street lights, especially light bulbs, because basically everyone had a light bulb that glowed yellow back in the day. The kids born after 2000 are gonna scratch their heads on this one, because almost every source of light is now white unless you deliberately change it. And so since every light bulb needs electricity, I think that's how yellow was used. We also have a lot of warning signs painted in yellow, and since electricity is considered dangerous, yellow became more in favor. And now you might be asking yourself, why yellow is used to represent dangerous things and why not red or any other color? Well, it's because it's the most visible color. This is also why taxis and school buses are yellow, and we also have Zeus's thunderbolt. So yeah, those are great reasons for why electricity is colored yellow. But we also have another more simple explanation. So basically, back in the old days, we just ran out of options. Seriously, life was black and white back in the day, and it was very difficult to produce color back in the day, so we had limited options. And so we picked what fits best relative to nature, like red for fire because we see a lot of red in fire, blue for water because the ocean is literally blue, green for nature, brown for earth, black and white for light and dark, and yellow for Asians, especially Japan. Now that's a multi-layered joke for you. And so you might be asking, where the fuck did purple come from? Well, basically purple is considered an evil color, so yeah, I think they just slapped it in for the sake of aura. And same goes for black and red as well. But yeah, speaking of evil colors, why is purple considered evil? Well, I think it's because it represents poison. Poison. Shit, I just opened a new can of worms. By the way, I would really like it if you would, like, comment, subscribe. Anyways, so yeah, why is poison represented as purple? Purple is the default color for poison, even though most poison slash venom kind of looks like lemon tea or dehydrated piss. So why purple? Maybe it's because of how your skin looks like after you get poisoned or actually bitten, but that's not really a strong explanation, because there are plenty of ways to get that purple effect, like spraining your ankle, an unscripted fight, cold chicken.
This chicken is cold!
So what are some good explanation? Toxic chemicals aren't purple, but it is a very difficult color to produce, so maybe that. Most animals that are considered venomous or poisonous aren't purple. So why? Well, I have the answers for that, so drum roll please. And we basically ran out of colors again. As I've mentioned earlier, red for fire, blue for water, yellow for ground or electricity, and purple for poison. And Pokemon did a phenomenal job solidifying it. But technically speaking, the first one to use it was Dragon Quest Grid back in 1986. But yeah, Purple isn't the only color representing poison. To be honest, we got green as a close contender, which is kind of weird and contradicting knowing that almost every health bar is, green. And not just that, your vegetables are green, nature is green, low cholesterol is green. Green is good. So what gives? Well, green is also the color of toxic waste, swamps, racists, moss, algae, your snot. You turn green when you fall ill. Zombies are green. Weed is green and it's not good for you. Stop it. So yeah, maybe that's why the color of poison is green. But we also have some variations of orange, which definitely comes from what I mentioned earlier. Piss and tea, and also rust, which is the poison for metal in media. But we also have black, which is basically dark purple. And we also have red and blue, which really doesn't make that much sense because they belong to fire and water respectfully. What? Blue flames? So fire also has a ton of variations from black to blue to white to green, but the mix of orange, red and yellow is the default option because that's what the actual color of fire is, right? Well, depends on what you're burning and what the temperature is, which easily explains why we have that many variations of fire. Hot flames are red, and even hotter than that is white, and then the hottest flame is blue. Green comes from burning certain materials, and I really don't know how hot that is, but it does look ominous. Black is pretty hot as well. You can get black flames by burning sodium. I really don't know how hot that is, but it does look cool. Okay, and now we've got wind, and boy did I forget that wind is green as well. Before doing the research, I really thought it was going to be a mix of blue, white, even brown. But yeah, now that I think about it, wind has been green for a pretty long time, especially in Eastern media. We got the Final Fantasy, Legend of Zelda, Dragon from One Piece, Genshin, and all the other gacha games. On the contrary, in Western media, the only green wind or air power I can find was farts and toxic gas, which just goes back to poison again. We can also find white and gray to represent the realism. We also have light blue or turquoise, black and white to represent the different intensities of storms, whirlwind, gust, and obviously we got black to represent evil wind. Okay, so the last element that I want to talk about is water. Water has been, is, and will always be blue. And so yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, that's about it.